Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the Torah, Chazi Yasha, giving of course, all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His own begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm gonna get straight into this. So, there's been, some contention between these two camps. You may know them as IUIC, Israel United in Christ, and ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And so these are two renowned camps. IUIC being the most renowned and the most popular Israelite camp or congregation in the world. Okay, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. So IUIC is in fact the most populated camp or congregation in terms of Israelites that there is today. All right. And these two camps have been here for a while, ISUPK and IUIC. And this is I was watching the live from Sakari. Shout out to the brothers of Sakari. WFI in Baltimore, WFI and Sakari literally just had a unity camp this past weekend on the past Shabbat for so-called Labor Day weekend, but it was called Hell at the Harbor, or the first annual year of it. So, Sakari, WFI, HOI, and such other camps, we hold camp together. We do unity camps together, and we're just brothers. We're not fighting. This is not to put out any other camps, but as camps or congregations, we don't want to fight against other camp or congregations. We want to show love, right? We want to show love. We don't want to be prideful, because when pride enters into a conversation, then comes contention, as does say it the scriptures. Let's go to Proverbs 13 and verse number 10. It says, "Only by pride cometh contention, Salakia, but with the well-advised is wisdom." So only by pride contention comes. What is contention? Fighting, arguments, strife, debates. Hey, the Lord doesn't want that amongst brethren. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 12. All right. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 20. "For I fear lest when I come I shall not find you such as I would, and that I shall be found unto you such as ye would not, lest there be debates." So we don't want to have debates. All right. Every time this brother come around, he just want to debate doctrine all the time. Right. And he comes to the feast day, and brothers just trying to chillax and have a good time. And then all this brother want to talk about is, hey, guess what? Y'all are incorrect on this doctrine, right? Let's talk about it. Brother, we already talked about it 3 times already. 4 times. There's a time and a place for everything. So you might have certain brothers that's like that. Always want to debate. And it's not out of like edification at that point. Brother just wants to keep debating about the same thing. It's not out of edification now. It's out of just wanting to be the wisest, wanting to just have the upper hand on brothers. It says, "Lest there be debates, envyings, wraths, strifes," and some men might envy certain other men, right? That's why they want to start their own camp. And this is not for all brothers, but I'm just saying this is the reality, is that certain brothers may look at the power that or the authority or the glory that certain camp leaders might hold. Gorilla Hebrew being over Sakari, Bishop Nathaniel of IUIC, how many men he's over, how many men he's leading, how many women he's leading in his congregation, etc. There's a lot of renowned leaders in Israel. So a man might look at that and he might be envious of that. See that in the Lord, he's not dealing with that type of spirit. It says wraths, strifes, backbitings, whisperings, swellings, tumults. So that's what happened. That's what probably happened during this encountering, between IUIC and ISUPK. And even when you do watch this video that Sakari did a commentary on, Sakari was going into the fact that they don't know everything. But I mean, we know what happened on a basic level. In order for there to be police involved, in order for there to be, as you can see, men on the ground handcuffed, it had to be some type of strife. Maybe some words were thrown, right? Maybe some words were thrown. Because let's get this precept, right? The scriptures, the scriptures speak for itself, right? The scriptures are going to speak for themselves. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So the grievous words that a man can speak is going to stir up somebody's anger. It's going to stir up somebody's spirit. And Sirach goes, all the way in and out. But I don't want to get too deep. But the thing is, grievous words spoken by you, spoken by me, spoken by anybody can literally stir up somebody's anger. Right? It can literally stir up somebody's spirit. You can get on somebody's, so-called nerves by the words that you speak. That's why in the book of Sirach, it tells you to weigh thy words in a balance. And especially when we're talking to other brothers, that are in this truth. Why should we want to be hostile toward them? They're doing the work of the Lord. Right? Why forbid them? That's what Yahushua said. Right? The disciples came up to Yahushua and they said, look, there's somebody that's casting out devils in your name, but he doesn't want to follow us. Right? And what did Yahushua say? Yahushua said, forbid him not. Right? Let's get that precept real quick. Let's get that precept real quick. Forbid him not. Right? Let's try to find that. Right? This is Mark chapter 9 and verse number 39. But Yahushua said, forbid him not. So we don't want to forbid the brothers of IUIC. They're doing a great work in the earth. And if we don't agree on every single thing in terms of doctrine, that's fine. We're not nobody's going to 100% agree on every single thing until the kingdom come. And Isaiah will tell you that in the kingdom, we shall see eye to eye, right? But it says what? Forbid him not. So we don't want to forbid the brothers of IUIC, the brothers of ISUPK. As long as they're preaching the truth, we're not going to forbid them. We may talk about certain things that they're teaching. That's something different. But are we going to totally just disannul all of the work of the Lord that they're doing? La'ah. Right? God forbid. Right? God forbid. Forbid him not, for there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can lightly speak evil of me. Okay? Slakia, it says, for he that is not against us is on us. Slakia, against us is on. Slakia, for he that is not against us is on our part. All right? But going back to that, in 2 Corinthians 12, in verse number 21, and lest when I come again, my God will humble me among you, and that I shall bewail many which have sinned already, and have not repented of the uncleanness and fornication and lasciviousness which they have committed. All right. So, nevertheless, going back to the point, the point is that we don't want to walk in these certain spirits, especially toward our brethren, right, that are in this truth. And so, coming from somebody that's in WFI, right? This is somebody that's in a camp. This is not coming from somebody that's an outsider or outlier that's not in the camp. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guess what? In WFI, and I speak for I would say probably on the behalf of all WFI members, that we don't want to see fighting amongst Israel. Camp banging, camp against camp. And, again, this is not to the certain extent of Bloods and Crips. God forbid it ever comes to that point. But nevertheless, we don't want to see any type of fighting, right? We want to see, love amongst the brethren, right? And literally just, that's it, really. Love amongst the brethren. That's what Yahushua taught, man. All right? He didn't teach to, have strife amongst brothers, man. All right? Or can't bang. That, I mean, Yahweh Shah's, he's not dealing with that. Let's go to Philippians chapter 4. Right? It says Philippians chapter 4 and verse 21. Salute every saint in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. The brethren which are with me greet you. And there's certain brothers that don't even salute, you know what I'm saying, other camp. I mean, if you're not in their camp, they're not going to salute you. I mean, but Paul, he said, salute every saint in Hamashiach Yahushua. So that must mean that they don't believe that certain brothers are in Hamashiach Yahushua. Meaning that if you're not in our camp, you're not of Hamashiach Yahushua. And I mean, ISUPK literally does say that, right? And IYC is kind of walking in that same spirit. And it just so happened that these two major camps are going at it, are the ones that's really going at it, right? It says, salute every camp, every saint in Hamashiach Yahushua. Hey, last time I checked, the saints are the Israelites. Psalm chapter 148 and verse 14. Psalm chapter 50 and verse 5, man. Last time I checked, the saints are the Israelites. So, I mean, we're going to salute every saint, Lord willing, right, that are in this truth. Because we want to show brotherly love. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 5. Right? Did not Paul say through the Spirit, be kindly affectionate towards one another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. Right? I damn hate this damn new update, but anyway. Romans chapter 12 and verse number 10. Be kindly affectionate one toward another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. So, I mean, what is this talking about? It's not talking about essentially a camp. It didn't say a camp. Whoever's in your camp said be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. Last time I checked, your brother is he that does the will of your Father which is in heaven. That's the last time I checked. I mean, Yahweh Shai, he doesn't change his words. So it says what? In honor, preferring one another. We prefer one another, man. All right? But it says what? Matthew chapter 5. Let's go to the book. I'm slacking verse. Right? Let's go to verse through the Spirit. Yeah, verse 46. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so? So Yahweh Shah is literally saying, look, if you only salute your brothers, all right? And remember, a salute is showing love. A salute is showing love. Like when you go to that in the book of Tobit, guess what? What did Tobit do? Tobit saluted, all right, Raphael, if I'm not mistaken, and they saluted each other. All right, so back then in the ancient world, we would salute our brothers. All right, it didn't matter about the camp, but in the New Testament through the Spirit, you had the publicans. Since they were publicans, they wasn't dealing with everybody. You know what I'm saying? They was just dealing with each other. All right, and so like I'm saying, certain camps not really necessarily going to put their names out there, but I mean it is the ones that we're talking about, nevertheless. So. But it's not to call the brothers out, but I'm just saying, got certain brothers, they don't salute other brothers that's not in the camps, or it's like in their camp. What precept is that? We're literally reading Yahweh Shah saying, if you only salute your brothers, if you only salute those that's with you, right? Those that wear your color, those that wear your sign, your banner. It says, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so? I mean, it's like, how much more better are you? But, this is just a message in terms of, the camps, and the love that we want to have toward each other and not the animosity. All right. Let's go to this real quick. In Proverbs. To top it off, Proverbs 19. Let's see which one I want. 19 to verse 11. It says, the discretion of a man deferred his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. So it is a man's glory to pass over a transgression. Somebody transgresses against you, steps on your foot, says some words out of you, calls you out of your name, and you pass over that transgression. You say, hey, you know what? It's all good. I'm getting a little heated, right? But it's all good. That's a man's glory to do that, because it takes, it takes a very strong man to resist, his flesh, to resist his thoughts, whether it's a strife, whether it's to get into a fight, to strike hands. It takes a real strong man to resist these things. That's why it says it is his glory to pass over transgression. Well, with that, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, this video is edifying through the Spirit. Kwam Yasha Allah Shalom.